Greetings, all you manics, minds, and rhymes, and today I'm going to be talking about a hypothetical. I know this is all hypothetical, and it will never happen unless we get a BioMutant 2. What if there was a BioMutant multiplayer, and not just a campaign co-op mode? That would be cool, but PvP. Now, first things first, I would not want it to be Dark Souls-like, where you invade a random person's uh, world and then kill them. I don't think that would work very well in Biomutant. Um, Either way, PvP, like an arena PvP. Let's say the team is 5 versus 5. I think that's good. So, here's how I would set things up. All of the classes, there would be a few classes you can choose from. Pure melee DPS, which would be like someone with dual wield weapons. Now, the advantage of that is you have a lot of damage. Like, you push out a lot of melee damage. However, you don't really have a ranged option, and you're not the tankiest thing ever. There would be a class that is a good all-arounder. Decent range, decent armor, decent melee. Just, all around, jack of all trades. There would then be the Psy-Freak, which would probably be one of the more annoying classes to fight because their range would be pretty damn powerful, but they would not be able to do a whole lot of melee damage up close. And there would probably be more than likely more psi powers for multiplayer. Then there would be the Stout Tank. Big guy, big sword, lots and lots of armor, but not the greatest damage. Despite the big sword, just to really hammer home that he is a tank. He's not meant to dish out an enormous amount of damage. So anyway, you can have any combinations of these guys, and probably there would also be a healer. I think that's 5v5, but whatever. Everything would be balanced. Like I said at the beginning, the DPS guy would have really good damage, but he's basically as fragile as glass. So he's a glass cannon. The tank would be really tanky, really durable, but not have very good damage or very good ranged options at all. I wouldn't want there to be a marksman because then that would just be Psy-Freak with a gun. But I would say every single class has some sort of gun on them, but doesn't need that. So on the map, many maps. There'd be many maps of this. There would be weapon pickups. So you could get another sword or another hammer, or Psy-Freak can get a boost to their damage temporarily, some sort of power up like that. So, what will the modes be? Well, first things first, the easiest one to do would be team deathmatch. Get as many kills as you can, as fast as you can, and make sure that you have more kills than your opponents. First to say 50 wins. Then there would be capture the flag, either 2 CTF or 1 CTF. 2 CTF is obviously you go into the enemy base, you grab their flag and bring it back to yours to score. And 1 flag CTF, there's a flag in the middle of the map and you have to bring it to your base. So it'd be like a halfway point. And where that flag spawns would be utter chaos, by the way, as it always is in 1 flag CTF, even in Halo, especially in Halo. Holy crap, it is chaos 9 times out of 10. Grenades everywhere, bullets flying all over the place. It would be the same in Biomutant, except you would have weapons swinging all over the place and lightning being thrown everywhere by Psy-Freaks, and it would be crazy. Then there would be like catch the squibs or quacks, something like that, where you just have to catch and collect a lot of creatures. If the carrier of a bunch of creatures dies, they go exploding all over the place, and then your team has to hurry up and grab them, and you take as many as you can back to your base. The enemy team could get into your base, or you get into their base and steal what they've already collected, but that's risky because I would implement possibly a small spawn protection just to stop people from griefing, because that does happen in games where there's no spawn protection and the enemy team knows where the enemy team spawns. yeah, I would not want that to happen. There could be a wide variety of game modes. Uh, maybe like a version of Oddball. I would not want anything to do with puzzles because that's not fun. The puzzles are rudimentary and they're just not great. They're fine, they work. It's just for multiplayer while you're being, attacked and trying to do a puzzle. Nah, no puzzles. So there'd be a version of Oddball where you have to hold on to something for as long as you can. And the Oddball would be a melee weapon, and it would one-shot, but you would not have very much range, and you couldn't lunge with it. So I would have all the melee be able to, you could lunge. However, if you get shot during the lunge, you'll effectively get parried. So think of Bloodborne. But it would only happen when you're lunging at someone, and if they shoot you, you get parried, and then they can do a quick combo on you. It wouldn't be an insta-kill repost, it would just be a small combo. So, there's that. And if a Psy-Freak hits you with lightning or whatever, it's the same thing. So, is that it? Well, how about bigger maps? Same sort of game modes, maybe unique ones, and it'd be like maybe 10v10 or something like that. I hate Battle Royale, but BioMutant Battle Royale could happen, but I'm just not going to talk about it because I don't like Battle Royale at all. I think I don't think they're great games. They don't seem fun at all. Anyway, so that is my theory on how a BioMutant PvP could work. Will this happen? Probably not. More than likely not. Definitely not. But if there is ever a BioMutant 2, which I don't think would happen, then this is probably something that they could do. Maybe BioMutant 2 would just be multiplayer. Who knows? If they ever decide to do it. Because, honestly, I thought this game was sort of going to have multiplayer when I first heard about it. I was expecting like some sort of beat 'em up, chaos infused, bullshittery multiplayer, which would be, very fitting for BioMutant. Anyway, I hope you found this video interesting. I personally really like BioMutant, and a PvP mode for BioMutant could be really, really cool if they do it well. And obviously, a new game mode coming out, there would be imbalanced things, but they could patch that. They would just have to keep up with patching and keep up with, releasing content. Maybe even give a tool for players to make their own map. Just like Forge in Halo. That'd be cool. There's so many possibilities with a BioMutant multiplayer. But these are just the ones I wanted to highlight and how everything would be balanced. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and remember, in Trilby, we trust.